Hello boys and girls, welcome to our reading for today. Our learning intention is that I'm being read a book for enjoyment and I'm listening to corrections being made during a read to. Success criteria is that I can identify when I make an error and apply self-correcting techniques when reading a variety of texts. So what do good readers do? They pay attention when they read and pause when something doesn't make sense. This is called self-monitoring. They look at the picture and think about the sentence. They look at the first letter in the word to make sure what they have read looks right, sounds right, and makes sense. They're thinking about what is happening or what the author is describing in this part. They reread a word to read it correctly when they misread the word the first time. This is called self-correcting, and this is what we want to see when you are reading, boys and girls. We want to see you going back and rereading and self-correcting. Then you think, does it make sense now? If so, thumbs up, continue reading. So we're going to read this book called Leo, the Littlest Seahorse, written and illustrated by Margaret Wilde and Terry Denton. Let's start. In the warm waters of the coral reef live two seahorses, Potbelly and Polly. Does that look right? Seahorses. It didn't sound right and it didn't make sense. I'm going to use the picture to work out that that word says seahorses. Okay, that's what good readers do. I then reread it and check it makes sense. In the warm waters of the coral reef live two seahorses, Potbelly and Polly. They'd always wanted a family, and now Potbelly was pregnant. He was expecting 100 babies. His pouch grew bigger and bigger and bigger. To keep fit, he went to exercise classes, and Polly kept a strict eye on his diet. "Eat up your planktonic crustaceans, dear," she said firmly. Early one evening, the babies were born. All 101 of them. "Happy birthday, my darlings," said Potbelly. "In 3 days' time, you will go off on an adventure. But before that, there are things you must learn." "Swivel your eyes in different directions, my dears," said Polly, "so you can look for food and watch out for enemies at the same time." Does that look right? Enemies. Almost, but it doesn't sound right and it doesn't really make sense. Enemies is not a real word. I need to reread it. Thinking about what the author is saying here, we know that the seahorses are being taught some life skills. So you can look for food and watch out for enemies at the same time. Make sense now? Good, move on. 100 babies swiveled their eyes this way and that, but not Leo, the littlest seahorse. "Oh," he squeaked, "my eyes won't swivel." "Oh." "Curl your tails tightly around coral, my darlings," said Potbelly, "so you won't be swept away in a storm." 100 babies curled their tails around coral. But not Leo, the littlest seahorse. "Oh," he squeaked, "my tail will curl." Does that look right? My tail will curl. No. Did it make sense or sound right? No, because he's sad. I need to reread it. "Oh," he squeaked, "my tail won't curl." Make sense? Good. "Flutter your dorsal fins very quickly, my dears," said Polly, "so you'll swim straight and strong." 100 babies fluttered their fins. But not Leo, the littlest seahorse. Oh, he squeaked, My fin won't flutter. Now, said Potbelly, you must learn the most important thing. He could say the most important thing was, does that look right? No, I think I've left some words out. It didn't sound right either, and it didn't make sense. Let me reread it from the start. Now, said Potbelly, you must learn the most important thing of all. But before he could say what was the most important thing was, a big hungry groper cruised towards them. Dinner time, it said, smacking its lips. Swim, my darlings, cried Potbelly. As fast as you can, my dears, cried Polly. 100 babies fluttered their fins and darted away to hide in a cave, but not Leo, the littlest seahorse. Oh no, I wonder what's going to happen to him. I hope he doesn't become groper dinner. I'm coming to eat you up, the groper bellowed. Searching here, there, everywhere, it said crossly, as its stomach rumbling and grumbling. That didn't really make sense. I think I need to reread that. It said crossly, its stomach rumbling and grumbling. Yes, that made sense. When at last it was safe for the baby seahorses to come out, Polly said, one's missing. Where's Leo? And they all trembled with worry, because they knew he couldn't swivel his eyes or curl his tail around or flutter his fins straight and strong. Curl his tail around. I've missed a word. I need to pause. I need to see if it looks right, and I know it didn't look right because I missed that whole word. I need to reread to make it make sense. So I'm going to start at the start of the paragraph. And they all trembled with worry because they knew he couldn't swivel his eyes or curl his tail around coral or flutter his fins straight and strong. Look for him, everyone, said Potbelly. It makes sense. I can read on. They searched through the hills and valleys and forests of coral. But Leo had vanished. Then, who can see something? Ooh. Surprise, said a small voice. Leo, said Polly, you look just like a piece of pink coral. You've taught yourself the most important thing of all. Camouflage, said Potbelly. Well done, son. Leo felt so happy that he changed colour again and again and again. Will you help us do that? The other seahorses asked Leo. All right, said Leo, if you'll help me learn all of those other things. Such busy babies, said Polly. Such clever babies, said Potbelly. 3 days later, the little seahorses were ready to leave home. They sang out, goodbye, Dad, goodbye, Mum, and away they swam. I'm going to miss them, said Potbelly. There, said Polly, and the two of them swayed sadly side by side, their tails intertwined. Then, surprise, said a small voice. Oh, happy day, said Potbelly. But why aren't you with the others? I just wanted to say one more goodbye, Leo said. So the three of them went for a long, contented swim together. Are you ready to go off on an adventure now? Asked Potbelly. Leo thought for a moment. He could swivel his eyes, he could wrap his tail around coral, he could flutter his fin, and he could change to all the colours of the reef. No, he said, I am ready, and away he swam to join his brothers and sisters. Did that look right? I said no, it doesn't look right. Did it sound right? No. And did it make sense? Certainly not. I'm going to reread. Yes, he said, I'm ready, and away he swam to join his brothers and sisters. But every now and again he popped back home to visit his mum and dad. Surprise! I hope you enjoyed that story, boys and girls.